What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the nerdy news that we love and also answer questions from you, the people. But before
That's
we
right.
get too far into it, we don't introduce the host or anything like that. How's everyone doing in the chat? How are my co-hosts doing? Happy Monday! We did not do an update last week because it was the holy
It was the
holiday
holy day.
of
Holy day.
Mr. Estevez.
Yes.
And it was Thanksgiving for Corey for family.
Yes.
You know, those are their holidays. Like it's Steve's Christmas, it's Corey's Thanksgiving. Thank you. He's media for the 1,000 bits. We had a great way to start the show. We got so much news today. But yeah, how y'all doing? What's going on? We do a little chit chat.
I'm good, man. I'm a little tired. Did my first solo papa weekend while Dana was at a bachelor party.
Yes,
So
she was.
Thanks
that
for the
was
invite.
yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, Dan on the instas.
And it went so smooth until the night before she got back, and Juniper woke up at 11:45 when she's been sleeping until about 5 a.m. And she got both the top teeth popped.
That'll do it.
So she's having a tough night, you know. So I went a night without sleep and got some sleep last night. I'm feeling a lot better. Steve's, you know all about this.
I still haven't gotten sleep.
I'm still searching for sleep.
Yes, still searching for it.
His
Yes,
name's
I had
Steve's, not Sleeps.
exactly. Yes, I had a lovely holy day of Samhain, of Halloween. Yes, as my cat is trying to climb on my lap. Not right now, Cal. Stop it. Like go. Literally, he's
Like
climbing down.
Kal-El.
Yes, I named the cat after the Kryptonian. Yeah, his name's Cal. K-A-L. Yeah. Took the boys trick or treating. Did the usual tradition of watching Laurie Strode survive her first encounter with Michael
Mhm.
with Carpenter's Halloween. And no, it was a good time. We still have candy left over. It was weird because, like, typically our place is like off again, on again. Like 1 year, everyone's trick or treating. Next year, not so much. Year after that, everyone's back. I was the only decorated house in the block at our place. Now there are people with lights on who were giving out candy, but it was the only big decorated spot, and I was like upset. I felt offended that on my holy day these people aren't decorating.
You were
And
the
I said
Flanders.
I was the Flanders, and if I see one strand of Christmas trees Christmas lights on any of these houses, I will curse loudly from my garage. But no, otherwise we had a good time. It was fun. Told the guys earlier I'm reading a Bruce Lee book, so I'm getting through that right there, the bio by Matthew Polly. And I told Tom how I rewatched Whiplash this weekend for the first time in a while, and I remember two things of how great this movie is.
And
Excuse me, three things: how great this movie is,
yeah,
how J.K. earned that damn Oscar. He acted his ass off, and number three, how badly I want to whoop his ass when I see that character.
and then how stressful that movie is.
And how stressful it is. Yes,
You,
it is
you guys,
stressful.
you guys want to watch a stressful movie? A similar thing. Damien Chazelle filmed
Damien.
before that.
What was
Grand
before?
Piano. He did not direct. He wrote.
Oh.
And it's technically a Spanish film because I think a Spanish director directed, so they call it Spanish film. Like it's all in English. And I was like, it was made in America, but and it's starring Elijah Wood and John Cusack, and pretty much a disgraced pianist must play his greatest performance, or else a sniper in the rafter shoots him. And on the notes it says if you make one wrong note, you die. I'm like, and it's that thing where it's like, oh, like you could just tell Damien Chazelle's like just he has a thing about music. So the music in his life, and it's like, okay, so everything in his life is musical, and I'm like,
Yep.
and Grand Piano is like such a fun movie, but also it's like there is that same like the impetus to like perform and to prove yourself, are you good enough, and all that stuff. So it's a through line in his films.
Oh, and I'm also 7 of the 8 episodes done on Guillermo del Toro's
Cabinet of
Oh, how is that?
I like it.
I'm
It's
so
very.
curious.
He has a very Hitchcock approach. Like when Hitchcock
Okay.
would come out and introduce a movie, he does the same thing. He comes out,
Oh, I
gives a
love
little
it.
intro, and then presents the film with the director. I like it. I like it a lot. It's some things are just eerie, not frightening. Some are out there and really well done. But I've enjoyed it. I got one left, but I've really enjoyed them.
I'm getting griefed in the chat by everyone saying, you want to watch something stressful? Watch Tom play X. watch Tom play KOTOR, watch Tom play Pikmin. That's stressful. I'm like, why? I mean,
Yeah.
am I just stressful to watch? It's just like I'm just like,
Oh,
God.
it's easy. Yeah.
You are
Well,
you are Miles with just your hands.
it was stressful
waiting.
for me to watch you play KOTOR, and I was doing it with you. Tom doesn't. Here's the thing: it's a story-based game where a lot of the lore lies within the quest, and Tom mashes the talk button.
I'm like,
and
come
it's like,
on, hurry up. They're like, who
This is
cares? Like, and then all of a sudden, this comes like, who is this? What was
who
I
is?
supposed
Where do I go?
what-
And I was like, it's set. And
is
then
it-
what it was my? I always just said, well, you would have known this if you didn't rush through the quest.
What? So wait, where am I? Where do I go? Like, I don't need to use med packs. I just sell all the things I don't need, right?
Yeah. Oh God, selling the med packs. That's right.
But what is it? I was like, you guys have to watch me play Magic. Corey loves it because always do the. I was like, I put a land. It's like it bounces.
If it was a Damien movie,
Tom
it'd be
doesn't like-
focused on the face and then focused
Yeah.
on his hands and the music
Yeah.
he has in the background.
Tom doesn't like to piss anyone off, but then once he's like, for sure he's not gonna win, Tom will like
I'm out.
throw people bones and just like, remember me. I'll never forget that. Remember me.
Remember me.
And he would just do shit. He's like, I'm gonna destroy your board so Corey can hit you. Remember me.
I'm just like Krillin, just throwing sensu beans to bad guys for no reason. It's just like, why? So,
He's
you
like,
know,
because I'm out anyway. It doesn't matter.
and apparently I also stress out people when I play Sonic. Anyways, glad to have everyone back. We got some news to talk about today.
Mhm.
Who would like to go first?
I'll go first. Mine's short.
MTG.
Magic Wizards of the Coast Magic 30th anniversary is here, and Magic celebrated that. Wizards of the Coast celebrated that with selling a premium product for a price tag of $1,000 or 999 American dollars for 4 packs of what are essentially official proxies. They are not usable in tournaments. So they are basically commander proxies that you still have to have the rule 0 conversation with your friends to see if they're okay with you using them. So it's interesting to me because I've watched a fair amount of videos of people opening them at the Las Vegas thing, and it is it's hard because there's no like value on any of this yet. We're not sure what they're all worth, and like people are there's a possibility of you pulling a Black Lotus, but it's a proxy, and on the back it says that it's like a 30th anniversary non-tournament legal card because money. Yeah, so it's interesting to me because it's a weird way to celebrate. I feel like it's a premium product for a certain group of people that doesn't actually give you cards that you can use. However, there has been a change in pricing on some revised lands, and I don't know if this is because of the proxies. It's my guess, but the buy list for the revised dual lands, which are valued, if you want to buy one of them, Tom, there's upwards of $250 upwards from there, depending on which one you want to buy. But the buy list, meaning people who want to buy them, like stores and stuff, the price has dropped 50% of what they're offering.
So they're $100.
So they're well, they would offer you like 50% of the value before, right? Because they got to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's dropped another like 50%. It's very strange. The market is a strange place. And a lot of people are thinking it's possibly because these proxies, you can pull a dual land, you can pull one of these revised dual lands, even though they're not tournament legal and they're a proxy. But there may be some some scaredy cats within the Magic business now that these are being printed that they might drop in value anyway, even though they're not tournament legal. So it's strange, but that's where
It's an FT. It's a fungible
PZ Media.
token.
bad.
Fudge.
Say bad. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Bad.
It's awful. It's terrible. This is the worst way I could see Wizards trying to celebrate 30 years of a community-based game by selling a premium product with not real product in it. And that's how I'm talking about it. So that's my news. Way to go, Wizards. Anyway,
Thanks,
sponsor us.
Obama.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us, please.
Anyway, having said that, I'll be opening a box of Brothers War live on stream November 18th
Nice.
here on the channel.
Bro,
Join me.
Bro, I'm so down bad. I've been buying more boxes, man.
Yu-Gi-Oh, huh?
I don't know, man. I'm going crazy. Anyways,
Got the itch.
Steve.
That's my news.
Yes, I'm going to be bringing the wrestle news to you. Before I get to the WWE news.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I didn't cut off Corey, but I will cut off you. We have to clap.
Oh, that's right.
We have to
Make
clap
it
for
clap.
fun.
This is Caitlin.
This is Dwayne.
This is your brain on drugs.
Ooh.
Uh,
Any questions?
all the claps.
No.
Brad, we got a clap from Brad. Okay, cool. And Steve's.
Brad's there. So first, light AEW news. There's a very popular tag team that is going on in AEW. There's a lot of drama going on in AEW.
Drama Monday.
I know what it is. I know what it is. But for those of the people at home who might not know what AEW is, you should maybe.
Yes.
Why don't you explain it? I'll tell you if you're right.
All Elite Wrestling, of course, is the rival right now to WWE. They're the lower budget guys who are on their way up the ladder, who have gone through a lot of drama ever since the last time I talked to you about CM Punk's press conference that he had after winning the belt. There was a fight backstage, not a scripted one, an actual fight backstage between CM Punk and 3 other guys who have been executive producers of AEW, Kenny Omega, and the Wild Bucks tag team. There were suspensions, titles were stripped, new champions have now been awarded, including now 3-time Jon Moxley, who basically canceled his vacation knowing that he was going to have to come back to work and be a champion now for the rest of 2022 because everyone else is causing issues. So we're now at a point where looks like CM Punk's contract is about to be bought out because they don't want him there anymore. As for Kenny Omega and the Wild Bucks, we have no idea when they're coming back. And the company is trudging along as they try to continue to be not seem like a huge chaotic fire when WWE is back on its way up in the ratings charts. That was the drama that's happening right now in AEW. Corey, did you have anything to add on that one?
No, that seemed right to me.
Yeah,
that's what I would have said.
It's been quite, as someone who's been a CM Punk fan for quite a while, at first I thought his whole press conference thing was a storyline. Turns out it wasn't. It was totally not. No one was laughing. Nobody was in on it. The CEO of AEW is right next to him, like with wide-eyed, wondering what the hell's going on.
Oh, shit.
It's been quite a year of extreme highs and now sudden dramatic lows. I just hope he gets better after this, whatever was pissing him off, because it was 2 different CM Punks from August 2021 to recently in 2022. But some of the joy that's happening in AEW is coming from a team called The Acclaimed. Now, The Acclaimed is made up of Anthony Bowens, an openly gay professional wrestler, and Max Caster. These 2 are basically, for those of you who've watched wrestling, they are like this generation's New Age Outlaws, that anti-establishment tag team within DX, with a bit of rapping John Cena. Max Caster comes out and drops a rap against the guys they're about to fight. And their hand symbol was always the Acclaimed, where they throw the A down. That's what it was. They just put the Acclaimed has arrived. Well, now that hand symbol has become something else, where now Max Caster and Anthony Bowens would throw out the A, and the other one would do this, and it's scissor time. And they would simply connect and, shake their heads and put their tongues out. Became a whole thing with the audience now. Well, Billy Gunn, former member of New Age Outlaws and D-Generation X, known as Badass Billy Gunn, Mr. Ass Billy Gunn, he's been on AEW, and he joined them. So he's like their manager, who for 58, the guy looks amazing, 58 years old. If you ever see Billy Gunn, look him up today. The guy is in peak physical condition. But now Anthony Bowens, when the rap is done, he will say whatever city they're in, Boston, Massachusetts, he'd yell loudly, "The Acclaimed have arrived," and then he'll put up his 2 fingers and say, "Scissor me, daddy ass." And Billy Gunn behind him does the scissoring with him, and then the 3 of them in the ring will get ready, and the crowd, oh, and all 3 of them start doing the sign together. Now everyone in the crowd's doing it. Man, woman, it doesn't matter. There's signs of scissors. There's people doing it. They made a t-shirt that says "Scissor me, daddy ass." The crowd is now taking the Seven Nation Army song that's used in soccer. Oh, scissor me, daddy. That's the chant that goes on now when the Acclaimed is in the ring.
That's awesome.
So it basically, the joke now is that Billy Gunn went from telling you to suck it to asking you for consent to scissor. That's progression. That's the progression of Billy Gunn.
I like
I
that.
love that. I
the
like that a lot.
Acclaimed, the hottest tag team right now with amazing T-shirt brands. Anyway, that's what's the joy happening in AEW. The Acclaimed keep me watching. As for WWE, I am so hyped right now, Heezy Media. I am so hyped when it comes to talking about the Acclaimed.
So hyped.
They have arrived. WWE had their big,
As always, nerd on.
from now on, their big international pay-per-view called WWE Crown Jewel. This is the one that takes place in Saudi Arabia, which of course there's some controversy because Saudi Arabia is a little behind when it comes to human rights, but
Just a
gotta
little.
get that oil money. So
Mhm.
Vince set this up years ago, and they continue this yearly pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. It's a huge turnout, bunch of people there. You know it's different because the women who wrestle in the WWE suddenly have to change their attire and they're covered from
Mhm.
neck to toe, whereas usually they're not. So you can always tell when you're
I
watching
see.
Crown Jewel because they are covered from head to toe.
I see.
The main event of this was, of course, Roman Reigns, the leader of the bloodline, the head of the table, the tribal chief, the WWE Universal World Heavyweight Champion, has 2 belts, defending his title against Logan Paul. I know that sounds weird.
That's money.
He has signed with WWE, and of the 2 matches he's had before this one, I hate saying it, but he's pretty good. He's good in the ring. Like
He knows what he's
caught
doing.
on. He's caught on faster than many. Like it's not just he's celebrity good. He's pretty good in the ring. He can go. He can put on a show. And if you hate him and he turns a bad guy, it's even more perfect for him. This match did not fail. Logan Paul and Roman Reigns put on a show. It was a 20-minute match. They went back and forth. Logan Paul right now has the most viewed video on Instagram because he has Roman Reigns laid out in the announce table. Logan Paul grabs the phone from his buddies, has it on selfie view, goes to the top rope, shows the crowd, and then films himself doing a frog splash on top of
God,
Roman
don't
Reigns,
look at it.
crashing through the table, still holding onto the phone, and it got viewed millions of times. It's all over the place now. Oh, again, I'm not a Logan Paul fan. Not a fan of the Pauls at all. But I have to admit, the guy is good in the wrestling ring.
I
He did
I
tear.
don't know if I know any Logan Paul
Oh, he
fans. But
Tore his meniscus,
He did tear his
MCL,
meniscus,
and
ACL.
ACL.
And when the match was over, yeah, he
Whoa.
did tear all 3 of those.
But that being said, it's like Logan Paul has just created such an economy around hate viewing, and people love to see him fail. But most of the time, whenever he's on a thing, that just means money for everyone else.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
it
it's a
was
business.
definitely big money. It was definitely big money. But
Yeah.
what I appreciate the fact is that
I appreciate this, Logan Paul Bearer.
what I give him credit on is he isn't just a celebrity who came in for a paycheck and barely pulled off 3-4 moves and that's it. The guy actually trained with Shawn Michaels before this match. He has gone through WWE training and it shows in the ring. He does moves that a celebrity should not be good at doing, and he does them really well. So if there's anything I can say that I will enjoy watching Logan Paul is see how he wrestles in the ring. I don't think he's good at promos, but he's good in the ring. As long as he's not such an asshole outside the ring, I
Yeah.
can.
Hey, I mean,
stomach
money
him.
can buy you the trainer you need to do anything you want.
Yeah, and I mean, I give credit. The guy put his body on the line. And did a
Corey,
good
did you
job
watch
on it.
Parasite?
Oh, by the way, Roman Reigns won. He's still the tribal chief, head of the table, undisputed
Good.
WWE champion.
that is the Parasite quote that I would have quoted a lot of times. Like, oh, they're really nice. I'd be nice. If I had
Yeah.
money, I'd be even nicer.
Yeah. I'd be way nicer if I had the money he has. Be way nicer than him.
There's my wrestle news. There's my
Yeah.
wrestle
All
news.
right.
Tom,
All right, everybody,
DC boy.
time to clap it up. Time to talk about some DCU.
Oh, the DCU boy in the house.
Oh yeah, it doesn't say
It's not
DCEU. It says
It's
DCU.
DCU now. So I mean,
see
everybody.
that now. I'm
and-
looking.
I mean,
Wait, I
like,
got my Black Adam on.
So
I got
if
my
you
Black
were
Adam
all
on.
with me during
Me too, it's just a black
2009,
shirt, so.
we were playing DCU anyways, the game where you can make your own hero villain and have a mentor, whether it's a hero villain. Anyways,
That was a great game.
It's like a lightning bolt if I do this.
so we had some big things happen these last 2 weeks. Black Adam. I talked about the news with the post-credit scene and the announcements. But that being said, there was some other big news for a long time. Warner Bros. Discovery, led by David Zaslav from Discovery, has been talking about finding a Kevin Feige to kind of run the creative side / business side of DC.
And so who did he
Studios. Go to? Well, at first it was Dan Lin, who had.
Well, no. First he went to Kevin Feige.
Oh,
That's right.
Kevin Feige very politely went, "I'm a bit busy."
Wait,
Yeah.
Robot Kevin or Human Kevin? I can't remember which one it was.
I don't remember.
It's
That's
the one
one of
with
those
the
two.
it's the one with the hat.
Okay, the Human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so and so Dan Lin was apparently the big runner-up guy, and that kind of fell apart. And then and a lot of people are thinking about is The Rock because of a lot of producerial things he's been doing and saying with $7 Production, New Line Cinema, him as well as the Garcias at $7 Production. A lot of big moves and a lot of conversation was going on before the release of Black Adam. Talking about things that they wish they could have done, things that they wanted to do, things that they were doing, things that they were asking for, things that the last regime said they couldn't do, and now finally they could do because of the new era at the DCU is happening. And the not even de facto, the announced leadership will be led by James Gunn and Peter Safran. If you don't know Peter Safran, he produced the Conjuring films, Shazam, a lot of the New Line Cinema things. So interestingly enough, everyone's like, oh, okay, well, he did those kind of DC films. Most recently, the Suicide Squad with James Gunn. I think he also produced Aquaman and Aquaman 2. If you guys want like big detailed things, he worked with James Wan a lot, so obviously Wan and him are good collaborators. He worked on the Shazam films, works in New Line Cinema. Guess who also worked in New Line Cinema? Walter Hamada, the last DC president. And so the reason why he was brought in was so that they can take like a lower end budget version of Warner Brothers and start to make that the DC thing, when to me DC things, he's like, that needs to be the AAA stuff. You need to have all the money behind that stuff. But that being said, Lord of the Rings was made from New Line Cinema, so it's like how you want to connect these dots is up to you. That being said as well, Peter Safran is also the guy that said that when people voiced concerns of keeping Amber Heard for Aquaman 2, he said, you got to do what's best for the movie, and listening to people online is not that thing. So however you want to take that. All that being said, James Gunn made an announcement, all this stuff on a big day, his first day as DCU president. Made this post for Superman. It's like, I got to get to work or else I'm going to punch this keyboard. It was a Superman related post. Everyone went crazy about it. And then this is now rumor territory, rumor and speculation world.
Rumor territory.
Rumor has it.
There was a Release the AyerCut event that happened over the weekend. I think it got about 400,000 tweets on the Saturday in America.
Just a couple people saw that tweet.
Yeah.
a big deal.
And I think in the UK they went up to like 300,000. Anyways, it was a big event, big successful event. People talked about it. James Gunn made a mention about it, saying how he sees it, he hears it. Most of the comments were polite. A lot of people are taking it one way or the other. David Ayer chimed in, quote tweeted, said this was a very nice and wonderful thing. Thank you, blah blah. David Ayer's been nothing but pretty much just like a soldier throughout the whole thing, saying yes, no, yes sir, no sir, and very just cordial. And he'll be very pointed of like, this and this person were the ones that wanted this, but he's respectful nonetheless. That being said, a lot of people are like, is there good things going to happen? Is this going to release the AyerCut? Is this not going to release the AyerCut? There's a lot of unannounced films slated for theatrical releases coming up from Warner Brothers, and not a lot of people know what they are. So everyone's all in speculation mode, right? The next rumor, or the next thing, was that at Warner Brothers, David Zaslav was having a lunch with Mr. Spielberg. And Mr. Spielberg's film that's coming out soon, The Fabelmans, which looks so good. I want to cry.
Oh my god!
But last time we heard about Spielberg and in the comic book world was that he was going to direct a Blackhawks film, which is supposed to be a World War II era film with DC characters. And as they're having this lunch, who finishes their lunch when they're wrapped up? Christopher Nolan walks by.
Oh, not Tom.
I wasn't there that day. I was actually over at Universal. But
Nolan.
yeah, well, they were like, hey, let's do a Frankenstein. I was like, can we make him Asian somehow? But anyway,
Just Tom coming in. Hey,
why do I sound like when I walk in the room, huh? That being said, so they all start talking. Zaslav, Nolan, Spielberg, they all start chatting up,
Jesus, these
chopping it up.
names.
And then all of a sudden, Peter Safran starts walking in the room, and
I don't
now
believe it now. Now it's a joke.
and now
it's
you
a joke
got
you're
now
telling
you
me.
got all these people. You're like, okay, cool. Christopher Nolan did start.
Scorsese was waitering that day. He was serving
was?
their food.
Oh, Scorsese was.
Scorsese?
Oh,
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, what are you guys doing here?" He's like, "I was just having fun."
yeah. And Brian De Palma was pouring the wine.
Yeah,
Weird.
exactly.
And Patrick Swayze was doing the art design
Yeah, he was there.
in
It's
spirit.
Hollywood, man. This happens all the time.
Ghost.
I've seen
The
Animaniacs.
pottery. The
No,
pottery.
we got it.
The pottery. Anyways, so a lot of people are like, maybe Spielberg might direct the next Superman movie, and
Oh my god.
that'd be kind of cool for me. Nolan was the one that was supposed to direct it, but then he was like, I can only do this as a producer role, and that's when Zack Snyder came in. And Nolan has had an executive producer role for every Snyder film since in the DCU. So it's that happened, and then the
Okay.
most recent
I'm just remembering how Spielberg has said that Richard Donner's Superman is a film that he's always enjoyed, and I'm just imagining credits that say a Christopher Nolan production, a Steven Spielberg film. Those are my two all-time and current favorite filmmakers. I don't think I could
story
stand the whole
by
movie.
Daddy Zachy Snidey.
Story by my heart would just I don't know what happened. I don't know what would happen. I don't know what.
Your heart,
starring Dwayne Johnson. Starring Dwayne Johnson.
heart would need the white pants.
It would. I would need the white pants. Starring Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Henry Cavill and co-starring.
Cinematography by Roger Deakins.
Yeah, there it is. Roger Deakins. Let's just throw all those names in there.
Just get it all in there.
Jesus.
A Roger Deakins Superman would be.
Music by
Anyway,
music
sorry.
by John Williams and Hans Zimmer. Oh God.
Just thinking about things now.
Anyways,
Sorry.
And so the last bit of rumor-ish stuff. Today, dating the episode, Jason Momoa
Yeah, tattoo
posted
inside of his head right now.
posted a video of him. And this looks like maybe a beach house he has,
Makes
or
sense.
hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
And he says, "What's the date?" And it was from yesterday, so November 6th. And he's like, "Today is it's greatest news. It's something so cool." Seemed really excited. He said he can't talk about it. And then another video has populated on the internet where he's in an interview. I don't know if it was for, but they're like, "Hey, your friend Henry Cavill's back in the tights. Looks like there's a big chance for a Justice League to come back together and all that stuff. What's your thoughts?" And he says, "There's a lot of cool things happening, and some of the dreams that I've always wanted are going to happen." And it's like, what does that mean? All of us are like, what does that mean? And
What
it's
does it
like,
mean?
and it's like, oh my
What
god.
does it mean, Basil?
And we're all just like, this is like, and everyone, and he, it's just like we're all trying to find the cryptic things and trying to figure it out. And we're like, what does it mean?
What's it all mean?
And for me, obviously, I'm hoping that it means Zachy Snidey comes back, returns to the DCU in some form or fashion. So at least like he has his imprint in there somewhere, collaborates with all these people, and that's all it was at the end of the day. Was just like he's like, I'm going to do these, and then all these other directors do all these things at the very end. It'll have this wonderful thing at the end of the day. It will be that the entire world is a Justice League fighting against Darkseid, and that's it. And then it's like, cool.
That's all. It's all we want, y'all.
I know
So-
Momoa. Was he at his beach house in Hawaii by chance?
I'm not sure.
No. Because I know tomorrow being election day, dating this episode, Jason Momoa and Rock's cousin / stunt double, Tenoi Reed, have both been promoting Makua Rothman, former Hawaiian surfer, now running for a seat in Hawaii. I don't remember if it was for mayor of Honolulu or governor of, well, I'm not sure which one it was, but the guy's running. And I know they did a big Instagram ad of Momoa and Tanawai with him doing like just tongues out, just full warrior mode, promoting him. So I'm wondering if he's there like for this week because of the election. Don't know, but just I would a random side note. I was wondering if he was there.
But I'm excited. Whenever Jason Momoa posts something like that on social media, like he was one of the first people that says, "Fuck it, release the Snyder Cut." I was like, yeah, man. He
But he's the
misspelled
bro.
it,
He's the
but he was
total
like, yeah,
beat
man.
bro.
On the Comic-Con where someone's like, talking shit about Man of Steel, and he's like, you got a problem with my boy? He almost flips the table. It's like, Jason Momoa, he's family. He's there to fight for his friends. So
He's the loyal beach bum who's always by your side and the first one to defend
Yeah.
you if a fight's about to happen.
It's
He's
the
one who speaks
reason
up first.
I want to watch movies like Slumberland, which is his new movie coming to Netflix.
Mhm.
Like, I'm like, you know what? I want to. He's in it. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
There was a meme. There was a meme I saw. It was the Golden Globes where Brian Cox is winning, and it's a shot. Brian Cox is walking up, and he passes by the Apple TV Plus table because Momoa did see, and everyone's there in their suits and everything. Momoa is there in a tank top, black tank top, black slacks.
Of course.
And the meme is like, and you know what? You don't want him any other way because that's Jason, and you
Yeah.
love him for that because that's who he is. He's
I
there
think-
clapping for Brian Cox in a full
tank top.
and
It's like that meme of him sneaking up on Cavill.
yes,
You just love him.
he's your buddy. He's your buddy. Who's
And
always
Tom, I think Tom's favorite is the time he gave him the camera.
Yeah, there's a video of him on skates or skateboarding and giving Zack Snyder a camera, and it's
What's the
just
first thing Zack Snyder takes a picture
of
of?
his beautiful wife, and it's like such
Yeah.
a wonderful, like wholesome moment, and it was like them just geeking out about like techie camera stuff, and Jason Momoa shoots his own stuff all the time now, and Jason Momoa gets his like reds all kitted out in gold or and everything
Yeah.
like that, and so does Zach on his stuff, and I'm just like, they're just good guys.
They're just buddies.
Even his tone.
Yeah.
Mahalo,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
No, if you watch the video, you smile because he's just like I was like I can't wait to tell y'all, and I was like, oh my god, what is it? I don't even know what it is, but it's good. Anyways, that is it for the DC boy news. That is it for the news.
That's it for all the news.
Yep, and now we'll move on to the last
Part of the show that everyone cares about. Let's do it.
Asking questions to us, and then also if you want to be part of the show, you can send your questions through the chat.
Fill out an application. What your position is with. I'm sorry. That's
Just like an Overwatch, you got to put your phone number in, your address, you
Yeah.
got to pay off your
Social
car, your
security
ad, and all that
number,
stuff.
bank account, all that.
So if you want to be part of the show, please go ahead and join our Discord. It's a free server that you can continue the conversation of the things we're talking about today, but also you can send questions in and you get put into our block of questions. But if you want to have a fast pass and get your questions answered faster, go to nerdon.tv/Patreon. I mean, I could say that. What's Disney going to do? They're going to come down and fight me?
Maybe. Yeah, I saw South Park that episode.
Yeah, but it's like this. It's like why would you step on an ant for no reason?
Oh boy.
Like
It's like the 6-year-old who has a magnifying glass and sees an ant.
Yeah.
Why not?
So if you join the Patreon for at least $1 a month, you get a fast pass into
$1?
$1, 4 quarters, baby.
4 quarters.
100 pennies.
I
if you can
found
find
$1 today.
100 pennies.
Then
Like,
you
it's that easy,
then
guys.
Then you can put your questions in and get your questions expedited, or you can put it in the chat right now, and we'll get to it after we're done with our blocked questions. So, the first question that we are answering tonight comes from Brad.
Hi, Brad.
Okay, now I might need some help with geography.
Shut up, Brad.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah, you're coming out as
Sorry,
a real
that's-
fucking Chaz. Anyways, so the first question from Brad is: you're given an unlimited budget.
Listening.
Any
Budget?
cast and crew you want. I'm going to say dead and alive then, if that's the case. But you have to film
Roger
a
Deakins.
movie entirely in a 2,000 square foot space with no green screen effects. What do you film?
Done.
Okay, what is it then?
Suspense horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suspense horror. Horror movies usually they don't need a lot of money, but you're given you're this one location. I mean, come on, that's easy. Find the littlest thing to make you scared.
I just keep thinking about a certain horror film I saw that takes place in a warehouse. Like that. It's so good. It's so freaking good. We did an episode on it, maybe.
I just saw Brad's comment. Wow, Steve, you want to go? Let's go, Brad.
So it's
Hey,
one location.
Brad, get in
How much
line.
money do we have?
Unlimited money,
Oh,
but no unlimited bacon.
Oh, damn it.
or unlimited bacon, but no bacon. One. Who would you hire? Also, they want to know who we'd hire.
I mean,
Oh.
any cast and crew you want, but you have to. They just want to know what do you film. They don't give a
Oh,
shit.
what do we film?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They
Roger
don't-
Deakins.
Yeah. There's like you can have everything you want, but what
Roger Deakins does all of it.
what is it do you film?
That's a good question.
wait, I have add-ons to my. Hold on, ready? You ready? While
Yeah.
Corey thinks, ready? It's a horror film. I have no idea what the story is, but if there's no budget, the script is written by both Jordan Peele and John Carpenter. I'm bringing those two together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's going to star John David Washington. There, that's what I got.
And Daniel Kaluuya, because
And Daniel Kaluuya
Spider-Punk.
Jordan.
and Zendaya.
As Jordan Peele once said to him, "You're my De Niro."
I like it. I throw Zendaya in there too.
I would. I'm just gonna say what came to mind. I would think I would film like I keep thinking bank heist.
Ooh.
For some
Opens a
reason.
bank.
You know what I always wanted to like write and shoot is so cliche. Is just like one of those group heist movies. But like,
son of a bitch, I'm in.
yeah, I would probably write
Where's the van?
super satire. Like, I want it to be pretty predictable, but then every time the audience thinks they caught on, I want to throw a big old wrench in the pan.
Ocean's 11 Heat.
Yeah, meets like Workaholics.
I like it. You know what, producer Anthony? Yes,
Yeah, well, you'd have to be in it, so you can't. I mean, you could produce it
I
too.
could do both. Dwayne
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah, it's true. But I just think one location, it's easy to do.
Mhm.
Again, comedy and horror are bedmates. They both are cheap.
Mhm.
They're both short. They're both easy to make. They both rely on timing,
And they both
musical
like a
timing.
good time.
And they both
Yeah.
care about the other finishing.
You know what I mean?
First, yes.
That's what I mean. Just to bring it back to Jordan Peele, he was talking about like someone asked him, why do you think horror is or suspense is such an interesting genre for you to write? Why do you feel so comfortable in it? And he's like, well, writing sketch comedy every week, it uses the same premise of like, okay, how do I write this in a way that I can stay kind of one step ahead of the audience and then maybe just turn it that little bit, that like 90-degree turn, just enough for the audience to go, oh shit, that's not where I thought that was going to go. That's pretty great. And they're very similar, comedy and horror, very, very similar in that sense. So I think one location, comedy satire of a heist movie that turns out, how about this? How about Oceans meets Heat meets Usual Suspects.
Sold.
There it is.
Cut the check.
That's what we'll do. All
That's
right,
what you'll
Tom?
do. That's your movie.
All right, so I'm a
But
horror.
we're all doing it.
I'm also a horror. Corey has the satire heist twist. Tom, big
Man,
sci-fi spectacle.
no, you know what's funny? I was thinking about it. I'm like, the only thing I'd want to shoot in this thing, and it's kind of like there's a little bit of that the restriction of like I only have this space and no green screen. I just want to make unsellable movies. That's all I want to do, I guess. And I think about it, and I'm like, you know what I would totally do? I would do like have you guys seen that movie Vantage Point?
Yes.
Yeah.
With
Dennis
Quaid, yeah, and
a bunch of other people.
and it's all about this assassination attempt on a politician, and it's all these different angles of the story.
4 different viewpoints.
Right,
of the
yeah,
same,
right during the catharsis moment. It's a Rashomon.
4 different vantage points. Some might say.
vantage point, yeah. But I feel like I would kind of
Got the title.
want to do something like that. But like if I'm in a warehouse, hopefully it's like a multi-layered warehouse where like I could there's
I think you
upper
can put
levels.
whatever you want in it. It's just an empty warehouse.
Yeah.
It's like a hangar.
So I would probably want to do it where it's like either a video game, like development, like studio, or like a VFX house, and it is called Crunch Time, and it's literally the crunch time before deadline where they have to air the thing. And I would want all the stress and craziness from the copy room, from the developers, from the admin, from the HR, from all that shit, and all this drama connecting in all these different places. Obviously, have these crazy random moments that like, oh, that's the moment where the intern fell down this point and it caused this thing, so this person has that, and it leads on to the next story of all that's, and every time we cut it comes back a little bit more and we see like the happenstance of what happened before these moments. And I probably would want it to like have a climax where like I don't want to probably do too serious or too dramatic, but like every single character that's going to question what they really want in life, and if this is actually worth the stress for them. And more than likely, some revelations are going to happen. Is that someone probably like quits and pieces the fuck out, and then another one probably like ends up seizing control of the company because they are opportunistic. But you know, it's like that kind of stuff, and it would all be like under a day, and it would all just take place at the same time, and I would just like
your initial idea hits me like something Sorkin would write. Like it'd be the walk and talk tense moments of like yours would be, I think, a little more tense, but like those moments of the Steve Jobs movie where before he's about to go out and do it on the stage, everything is going through before he gets out there with a bit of more of intensity from what you're being crunch time basically. But I'm seeing like Sorkin walk and talks and with more intensity involved to him basically.
yeah.
Oh, more
So
intense
Aaron
walk and
Sorkin,
talks.
More intense walk and talks. Yes.
Yeah,
So instead of a 300-page script, you're gonna come in with a 600-page script.
so that'd be the one I could think of. I'm just like I'd want to do it like that, and it'd be, you know, just drama and tension, and just building upon.
I like it.
And as the clock gets closer and closer to deadline, you know, things get crazier and crazier. So
You know what I like about all three of our stories? In one way or another, there is a tension and suspenseful moment built in.
that's all.
Corey's-
That's the only rule
Corey's
you need,
twist.
baby.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
That's literally the
So now we
rule to storytelling.
I haven't
All
figured
three
out
of
how
our
to do this
ideas.
yet in a comedy, but I want there to be a twist. I've been like playing with this idea for a long time, in like either PAs or the Specs in the City. It's just this other thing I've been writing where the twist is someone like twists their ankle and that throws everything off. And so when people
Literally a
talk like
twist.
there's a literal twist in the movie, but it was also the twist
I like
of the
it.
episode, and
like it.
I haven't figured out how to like execute that in a meta way that I am like feeling it to be, but I'll get there. I'll crack it.
It's the simplicity there because like the movie I really want to see right now
Yeah.
is, and I'm gonna mess up the last word, the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh,
with, Inisherin with Colin Farrell
and
Mhm.
Brendan Gleeson. It's
Thank you.
it's
Yes.
the
Yes.
McDowell.
Simple idea of two friends and one doesn't want to be friends anymore, and how this small thing builds and builds and builds and builds to
The
something
Martin
more.
McDonough one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
Yeah.
really want to see that movie. So
It's like the theatrical version of the characters Elrond and his friend in Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Guy
There it
wants
is.
to be his friend. Other guy does not
Did
want
you
to be his
finish it,
friend.
Tom?
I did not finish it, man. I will. I promise I will.
yeah, I want to see that.
Don't. Have you started
Oh,
any
we
of
lost
mine?
Corey. No,
But I have a baby.
You,
I
use
got-
as much as you can, Corey.
I got Dana to watch. Just no one has watched it. I can't talk to anybody. So
Two in. I gotta
anyway,
question?
next question.
Next
Yeah.
question is come from Spencer 13H. Shout out.
Spencer.
Shout out.
If you can
Easy.
if you could never use a fork or a spoon for the rest of your life. Oh wait, hold on. I only got one part of that question, but I remember that
That's
question
it.
in this
That's where it ends. We
No.
finished the question now.
No. I kill you. Just kidding. If you can never use a fork or a spoon for the rest of your life, which do you pick and why?
Never use a fork
Yeah, I think
again.
So.
I would
pick
never use a
spoon.
fork.
Yeah, spoon.
Spoon for sure.
I have preached upon the power of a spoon for too long. I've seen so many people eat rice with a fork, and I just get mad. I get insanely mad, and I'm just like, why? And they're like, because I could choose how much I get. Then I was like, you could do that with a spoon. Just get
can't
better
with
at
a spoon.
using a spoon. They're like, you can't eat salad with a spoon. It's like, you can. You just got to have a big enough spoon.
Oh, I think salad would be easier with chopsticks, to be honest.
True, but
As someone
a
who
spoon.
likes chopsticks, yeah, I would.
But
use
like
chopsticks on.
meat and cutlery and stuff like that, it's like a spoon's edge is so much more better to cut things than a fork could ever do. And even then, you could just, I don't know. I've always been spoon all my life.
I mean, I use forks. I like forks.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose, gun in my head,
Spoon.
yeah, spoon
Yeah,
all
spoon,
day. What is a fork but a slotted spoon?
Ah, we're getting deep now.
You know-
I felt like Fraser Crane was at the bar just now. Look at this. Hold on a second.
Sherry
Niles,
Niles. Sherry Niles.
Where's Norm? Is Norm here too? Where's Norm and Cliff?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you could still use a spork.
Yeah.
It's a
There
good
you go.
point. Direct eye contact says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that being said,
Is this-
Direct Iconic, thank you for the follow. Saw that. Thank you. Welcome to the
fork,
Nerd
but it's
On.
salted spoon.
So are we all in Spoon? Are we the Spoon fam? Are
Yeah,
we
spoon.
Yeah.
spooning? Are we
We're
spooning
all
together?
a bunch of spoon.
We're all
spooning
spooning together.
Okay,
Yes.
we're all spooning. Okay, and then we're all playing the music. On the
Yes.
playing
My
the-
mom actually plays the spoons. Shout out.
I think that's super
Hey,
cool.
nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Now this question is the last of our banked questions. This is from T Dog, and I think it's the question we should prioritize because it is festive and much to Steve's dismay, the festive has ended. But what was your fave Halloween costume? I don't know if this means for us, but how about we turn it to what was our favorite costume we saw? Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Favorite costume we saw this year, or ever this year?
Both. We'll do both.
I'm
Yeah.
asking.
That's fine.
Yeah. I think the first one I ever saw, like ever. I have to give a shout out to my dad on this one. He made a Oogie Boogie costume that glowed in black light, even green, and had like bugs hanging from it, and it was like scale, and it was really well done, and I'm still impressed by it. And yeah, the mouth could move when he talked and everything, and like I don't know, it's just really impressive to me. And then this year, that's a tough one. We're still not getting like as many trick-or-treaters as we like before COVID, like pre-COVID times. We're still getting few and far betweens. But I'm going to give a shout out to Mikey on this one. Mikey and our friend Elizabeth Michon, who's in PA's episode 10. They were some characters from Hot Rod, which I really appreciated because
Nice.
I feel like nobody knows that movie, and I love that movie. And Caitlin will someday see it again with us. But yeah, she was Hot Rod, and he was Bill Hader's character, and it was really great.
Steve's.
Cool beans.
I'm gonna cool beans. I'm gonna do a shout out to a former employee friend of both Tom and I of the Arden Originals. Her name is Mandolin. This year, she did an amazing makeup job of turning her face into the Babadook.
Wow.
Her makeup job was fantastic. The eyes, the mouth, and she had her own top hat for it. Those of you who, just Tom and I know her, but Tom, if you've seen her Instagram, she posted up like crazy on Halloween. But it was fantastic. The makeup job was amazing. It was fantastic. All time, it wasn't the best, but I had fun doing it, and it was very simple. At work, I dressed up as Biff from Back to the Future.
Nice.
Which was just a short sleeve button up tucked into jeans, rolled up pant legs, and my Converse, and I was just being a bully to maybe Tom.
Did you call everyone butthead?
I did.
Yeah.
And I would make a tree and get out of here.
And then I took a dump in his mouth.
You did, yeah.
No, that
kicked someone's basketball across the court and everything. Go get it.
started making wildly accurate betting choices. And
Yeah,
was he yell at his grandma? I'll be home when I get home.
I'll be able to get home, Grandma. And then I also liked Western. Hey,
McFly. Yeah. Mad Dog Tannen.
Mad Dog, yeah. Hey, McFly.
And costumes don't count cosplay, right? I can't count cosplay because cosplay is just like another league of its own, right?
It's kind of Halloween every day when it's cosplay.
Okay.
I mean, I like it. It's great.
Because I feel like some people also are professional cosplayers, and so they do they have
a leg up. Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you this right now.
He's gone Joe Pesci. He's gone Joe Pesci.
I'm a simple man.
Hey, fuck you in the drive-thru.
I'm a simple man, and I went to the Magic Castle this year for Halloween, and all of the Wednesday Addams, I'm like, you know what you're doing.
I saw quite a few Wednesdays.
You know what you're doing.
All right.
And they look nice. Ever though?
Yeah.
Wednesday Addams is like 12.
Exactly, and these are people who are drinking at a bar. Obviously, they're 21. I was like, you know what you're doing.
It's the Wednesday, the other film.
Got it.
Different
Absolutely.
sites.
Mhm.
Got it.
Just called Tuesday there. Because I'll see you then. Next. Anyway.
Okay. And then all time, best costume of all time. It would have to be.
Big word, goth girls. I mean, goth girls are always hot. That's
Man, I don't know.
my
If
weakness in high school. Goth girls. Anyway,
I'd 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 have to say, man, I really don't take account of people's costumes during Halloween. I just don't. I think. Oh, I mean,
Steve's is Mad Hatter. Steve's is Johnny Depp's Mad Hatter. Just say that.
you know what? There was one
Corey
time.
as Edward Scissorhands. Just say that.
This is one time I was
You let you
hanging.
know me
I was
then.
hanging out with two of my friends,
Yeah.
and
Corey and Steve.
we didn't have anything to do because they didn't have wives and they didn't have kids. But
Okay, still possible.
but one of my friends, his name is Tony Estevez.
Oh, I
And
know him.
He was Mad Hatter, and it was great.
It was. Wife made the hat. Oh, I mean, girlfriend made the hat. Yeah.
And then one time, what the fuck did you wear?
Corinthal.
Edward Scissorhands.
And then a guy I know, his name was
Corinthal Strength. Corinthal Strength.
Cornelius.
Cornelius Strength.
Cornelius Corthaniel Strength was Edward Scissorhands, and it was great.
Yes.
My dad made those.
Two depths. What?
Yeah.
Wait. You mean Corinthal's dad made those?
Yeah.
Keep up the stick.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
He made it, and he dipped them in a latex on the end so I could wear them to school, and they were considered safe.
That's a good friend. Your friend
I-
Corthaniel.
Corinthal's dad.
I didn't wear them. He wore them.
I need to
They were
meet
safe at school.
Corinthal's dad. Haven't
Yeah.
seen his house for Halloween.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
meet him.
But those, actually, JD Maggie, his costume is pretty baller. He was one of the henchmen for Adventure Time, or not Adventure, Venture Bros.
There you go. Got him.
One of the Monarch henchmen.
There it is.
You know what? Next year, I already got my Halloween costume picked up. I'm gonna be 4 film rolls in the background of a scene, and I'm gonna be the Snyder Cut. I'm just gonna be a shelf that have 4.
I'm gonna
Almost.
need the brown thong that night.
It's art.
Where are you? I'm the Snyder Cut.
Snyder Cut. And you
Release
also,
me.
You also been just like working out like crazy. You're just shredded. I'm Snyder Cut, bro.
Yeah.
Tom's gonna be the Ayer cut.
Yeah.
Still inside of.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have people grab my arm every night and all night, and I'll be like, "Release me!"
Steve's, you should be super green and just look and have purple shorts, but then you're just called the final cut of Blade Runner because it's just green.
Mhm.
That's it.
Or the Matrix.
No, the Matrix. All right.
Next questions.
Moving on to the questions from the chat. Everyone, now's your time
go.
to put in those questions,
time.
baby. We got
Chat 'em
some here already. I'm
Someone
gonna
commented that they put one in the Discord. 'cause it
Yeah.
was too long.
but I am going to answer that real quick, and it's direct eye contact asking the first question I'm going to answer is update questions a good place to put a question? It is if you don't want it read right now. But I will go ahead and go right now and read it just so that we can read it.
I didn't know the rules.
Direct eye contact. I always ask people this question. It's a little longer, but bear with me. We will.
God.
We'll try. We have some time.
I don't have a choice.
We all imagine where
Plug
we
in.
want to live in the ideal world. But what are your criteria? If you could move anywhere in the world, you can move wherever you want. You have 12 months of income for starting up your life there. You can take or not take who or whatever you want. Where would you move? But more importantly, which natural disasters are you willing to avoid? Earthquakes, tsunamis, tornadoes, hurricanes, typhoons, sandstorms, blizzards. Yeah.
Sandworms.
Sandworms. Mars. I hate them.
I hate him too.
Man, here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Can move anywhere but have 12 months of income to get your life started. I think I would stay here and just put my fucking nose to the grindstone and try to do film. For real. It's if I had 12 months of income to work with.
So
I would do
you're
that.
avoiding tsunamis, tornadoes, hurricanes, typhoons. We don't have any of that in California. We only have earthquakes.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a big one's coming, they've said, the last 15 years, so we'll see. Yeah, I mean, if I had to start a life and still get a job and stuff, that's where that'd be. If like the whole like start a career wherever you are, and you're just living in utopia, I would move to New Zealand and move into Hobbiton, 100%,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
easy. But 12 months of income here in LA, get a Steve's down here, and we'll just start making stuff.
When I'm not visiting him, same thing with writing in the Monterey Peninsula. Hawaii
Nice.
would still be the summer trip, but to live would still be the Monterey Peninsula.
Yeah.
Riding away in my cabin near the beach,
Okay.
and then going down
like
to
that.
LA to see Corey and be in the stuff.
If I were to choose, as someone who's born and raised in California,
Cali.
I would choose. You know what? I mean, I would hate to move away from everybody. The thing is, I wanna live and die here. I wanna have a career here and all that stuff. But if it's just like I could just be here for 12 months. The thing is, I haven't experienced a lot of places where like I would love to be here, and I have friends who are like, oh, I went here, I wanna move here and die here. I'm like, okay, God bless. So I haven't experienced that. So for me, the only thing I can think about is the extreme, but not extreme. East Coast. Maybe Maryland. I want to go to the Maritime. I want to see some nice lobster rolls. You know what I'm saying?
Boston.
Fucking
Go to P-Town,
Go to
Boston.
Dorchester.
Maybe that. Maybe that. You know, it's like and have like the water's different and the bread is different and like I don't know if that.
I loved Boston. I went to visit a friend there.
What's not to fucking like about Boston?
I loved
But-
Boston. It doesn't have to be like in the city, but like even in the more
What the fuck?
suburban parts of
What the fuck,
Boston.
But it gets super
What's-
cold,
what the
right?
fuck's wrong with the city?
You a fucking knock or what?
So it gets super cold. So I would not be avoiding blizzards, but I would be avoiding earthquakes.
Yes.
Right? All right.
Yeah, no fucking earthquakes there.
All right. But there's no tsunamis. There's no typhoons. There's no sandstorms.
Oh,
Maybe-
there's hurricanes
The
and
perfect
stuff.
storm. You
Yeah,
see the
in the
perfect
East
storm?
Case.
Those guys are
East
fucking
Case.
Boston.
Okay.
Yeah,
East
East Case.
Case.
Okay. It's a little bit more
You got
crazy.
the
I like
Cooney and Warbler, the fucking
the
shit.
only absolute like wild
Swordfish.
weather
Out there?
I've ever
Swordfish.
experienced was in Thailand, where there was flash floods, and it was just like, all right, we're going to the mall, okay. And
There's also like blizzards on the East
that's what I
Coast.
said. I was like, there's blizzards. That's the one thing I'm
And
going to do is
hurricanes.
blizzards.
Well, the Patriots had a fucking hard game once in a fucking blizzard.
So just wear a lot of jackets. I like jackets.
Put me in the Boston movie.
The thing
now.
I didn't like about the East Coast when I lived there is I would get sick a lot because I lived in Manhattan though, so it's a little different. But it would be 11 degrees outside, and then I would be bundled up, and I would go to the subway
Gotta fuck
underneath
with
where it
fucking
was like
Manhattan.
90 degrees,
Who the fuck
and I'd start to sweat, and then I'd go back into the 11-degree weather when I got to my stop, so that like rapid hot cold. I
how
got
we-
sick.
That's how we
all
do
the
things in
fucking
New York, right?
I wasn't ready for it. I was 18.
Oh, you're
I
not
was-
ready for it.
was
Get ready for
dumb.
this.
I was fucking 18. Although I did hear my favorite conversation I've ever heard was in a
Oh.
subway at 6 a.m. Mind
yeah.
you, not quite even 6 a.m. because I had to be at work at 6, so it was before 6 a.m. And this woman is on the phone in the most New York, like Long Island, not maybe not Long Island, but most New York accent I'd ever heard. I had been there for 3 months, and I get into the subway and she's on the phone going, Denise, fuck him, Denise. Fuck him. You don't need him. You don't need his fucking money.
Mario,
his
you don't
fucking
understand.
car.
Mario, you don't understand. I love him though.
Denise. And
No,
I'm never like it's one of the when you have like a sound that's just like for the rest of your life. Anytime I hear the name Denise now, which is like I love my aunt, that's her name is Denise. But I hear Denise, fuck him.
Fuck him. All
You
right?
don't need him.
You don't fucking need him.
So what I was
It was
saying,
good.
in Thailand there was flash floods, and so I would like go. It's a bright day, and then all of a sudden, like 2 o'clock, we're like getting back home. Then all of a sudden, like all the cars are almost floating, and it's like, okay, this is crazy. That's the most extreme. So I don't know. I don't know how experience like avoiding natural geological events.
Corey and I were enjoying our East Coast moment. Okay?
I
Yeah.
know you
We're
guys
trying
enjoyed
out-
like 10 minutes of it.
We're trying it out for a Scorsese flick. Okay?
I get it,
Alright?
I get it. Hey,
Alright?
hey,
Who are
hey.
you? Who are you, Tommy?
I'm not your
Huh?
agent, so stop auditioning in
Fuck
front of
outta
me.
here. Fuck out of here.
Fuck
Fuck out of here.
Hey,
Tommy.
hey, fuck y'all.
Fucking Tommy over here, huh?
Next question.
Fuck out of here.
We got
Get the
two,
fuck
two,
outta
two,
here.
two last questions.
Over here. Right over here.
Yeah, 2 more.
Okay.
Next
Let's do one
Nice.
from. Let's do one from Johnny Horror.
That's a
Johnny
guy
Horror.
that's a guy who works for the mob. Hey, yo, Johnny Horror, go take care of that thing over at the docks, all right?
Johnny Tippy Toes, you know.
Hey, Johnny Tippy Toes, go handle that thing.
I want to die.
He can sneak up on anybody.
Oh. Sneak up on the-
Johnny Tippy Toes.
I'm now imagining Johnny Tippy Toes.
Right here.
All right.
Oh, Johnny's already here.
Oh, I didn't see him come in here. Oh.
All right. What's the question?
All right. Question time. 1992 Johnny Horror. If you go
Yeah.
out into space, would you rather have an AI or a robot?
Oh,
And
go to
what would you
space.
name it?
Would I rather have an AI or a robot?
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, robot. Because at least, I don't know. Here's the thing. I've seen too many movies where the AI is like, they're in control of everything. A robot is still, like, we saw Alien. His head got cut off, and it was, that it ended it. He didn't shut down everything and maybe try to poison you or get you to stay.
Not
But, like,
Hal.
I don't know, like Hal, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I feel like robot because then I could play board games with them because they have hands and stuff.
Football.
Also,
Favorite football.
yeah, I would bring a lot. I'd bring Magic the Gathering, teach him how to play Magic the Gathering.
Tell the story about Denise.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Have him teach me Yu-Gi-Oh!
Have the robot be Denise when you're
Yeah,
talking to it.
called the fucking. They give it a New York.
Oh man,
I
I love
play a
him so
fucking
much.
planes.
Play some fucking cards or
I
something.
don't know. It's a big fucker. So yeah, I think robot would be Joey Bag of Donuts. I think that's robot for sure because
That's-
at least I don't know, yeah, sleep at night knowing if I like locked my door or something. I don't know, it'd probably break the door off if it wanted to kill me.
T-Dog's got me playing some
Yeah.
cards, you. Because y'all don't know Joey Wheeler.
Joey Wheeler, I do. He's the guy. He's like, oh, yo, I'm from Japan.
Hey, you.
Oh.
Where
we
in Japan? You from
playing
New York,
We playing
Japan.
some duel monsters.
I'm now imagining you call the robot Johnny Bag of Donuts.
Hey, whoa,
Oh, Johnny Bag of Donuts.
that's my favorite. Is the guy who's from not New York in the USA, but New York area of Japan.
That being said, I would choose a robot because I think of Interstellar. Because TARS
that's the
is
one.
great. And then I also think, but I also
The
think of
Pillar
Raised
Man.
by Wolves because they are like androids. And I'm like,
Come on, Tars.
they have AI robots. So I was like, what? So I would say robot. But also that thing is, if I'm exploring out in space, let's say I land somewhere, I need this robot with me. I don't need an AI on my ship that's just like, oh, well, I've changed the oxygen levels. Like that doesn't help me to scale this mountain to find a water source because your bitch ass navigation system couldn't park there and I have to walk here for story.
The robot in Interstellar was played by Bill Irwin. I was right. Who is the dad from How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey? Famous clown.
Yep.
Very
Ron
famous
Howard.
clown. I got to
Love
see him
Tars.
in
Love
Skapan
Tars.
once live, and he was amazing.
Speaking of which, I agree. By the way, robot would be the way to go. The Goosebumps Cinema, I think it was Goosebumps Cinema Instagram account or Film 2 Cinema account, posted Interstellar today and said, "This movie was released 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 30 seconds ago. If we were on Miller's planet." They broke the map down.
Oh, real quick. Holy shit. I'm so sorry. Direct eye contact. Steve, did you answer where the hell you want to be if you had all the fucking money in the world and shit?
I said Monterey, right?
yeah,
in
he
the stories.
did.
The breezy. The
Hawaii would be the vacation spot, but
I just want to make sure. I was like, cool.
Yep.
Direct eye contact. Thank you for the question. But last question, the easy question from Mr. Ethan Who.
Direct eye contact. I keep saying it.
yeah, shout out to Ethan.
Ethan.
Fucking Ethan, get out. Get
Hey,
the
you
fuck out of
fucking
here,
guy.
Ethan.
Get the fuck in here, Ethan. Give me a fucking question. Come
This
on.
fucking guy's fucking Ethan.
Look at him over here. Ethan's
All right,
here.
get over
Ethan's
here.
got his question over
Get
here.
a fucking question, Tommy.
Come here, Ethan. Tell us what you want to say.
Come on, Tommy.
Oh, I feel like Will Sasso's Instagram right now. Oh, I'm in New York. Anyway.
Top 3 cheeses.
Oh, he's talking cheeses.
From under cheese.
Ethan's doing it.
Oh, Parmesan. I got some Parmesan.
Parmesan
in there.
Reggiano,
Some
huh?
guacamole over there.
For the gabagool.
Gabagool.
Put a little Parmesan on my gabagool, would you?
Oh. Put some mortadella on there as well. Oh, boy.
Favorite top 3 cheeses. Brie, I think, is my favorite cheese for real.
Larson
remember
or
I remember Brie.
Brie Larson is
Allison.
my favorite cheese.
It's great cheese.
You've seen her Between Two Ferns blooper, right?
Yes.
It's the best one. Where Zach Galvin, you have seen it, Tom?
I have.
Okay, no, I won't go into it then. But I think Brie might be my favorite cheese just because it's like you could do a lot with it. You could do it in a savory dish. You could do it like one of my favorite things is to put it in the oven for a little bit, take it out, put it on top of some or put some blackberry jam on top of it and do a little bit of that. You could do a little sweetness. You could put it in sandwiches. You could put it in like an apple and brie panini. It's just good. Or just fucking on some crackers, snacking away. And then I'm a big. This is very vanilla of me, but I love pepper jack cheese. I just think like
nice spice to it.
Any sandwich I get, I'm just like fucking pepper jack. Just put a pepper jack on it. I'm cool with it. Even I make grilled cheeses with pepper jack because I'm just like, yeah, give me something interesting. And then for my last one, this is hard because I love cheese. I really love cheese. I think
Leading tower cheese.
Honorable mention.
Except
Honorable
that's
mention.
cheese product. It's
Honorable
not
mention.
cheese.
Honorable mention.
Like the Kraft singles are cheese product. It's not it's like a cheese like product. I mean, Parmesan is fucking great.
It is.
On everything. Again, with my grilled cheeses, I take them off the skillet and I Parmesan right on top.
Yeah. We do we put Parmesan on the sourdough and on the outside.
And then
grill the
fry
outside.
it. Yeah. Also, like, do you guys remember Sizzlers?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The cheese bread, just Parmesan and butter, is so good. Anyway, and you can make Parmesan crisps.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. So that's my 3.
Steve's.
I'm gonna continue because everything Corey said, fantastic. I'm gonna throw in there Monterey Jack. Monterey Jack, not the guy from Chip and Dale.
But yeah, also him. He's great.
Also him. He's cool.
All these cheeses are on him.
Cheese.
but then he smells it and he levitates and starts flying toward it.
That's how I feel when I smell cheese.
Monterey Jack. Mozzarella.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mozzarella. And this one's going to be very limited on the knowledge for the people here. It's that as Anthony Bourdain called it, the stinky cheese, and the stinkier it is, the better it tastes. Some Portuguese San Jorge cheese that you have to get in a fucking wheel and you slice up, and it smells but when you eat it, it's a breakfast when you go over there. It's bread and the cheese and a coffee or a beer maybe at 10 in the morning, and you have that while you look at the ocean off of the coast of the Azores out in the Freseda. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, if you ever get anywhere near a restaurant or a store that sells Portuguese cheese, San Jorge cheese.
I read something recently about Portuguese coffee. It's very special.
Portuguese.
I don't remember what it was, but apparently it's. I think I'm remembering it correctly. Just phenomenal coffee.
And literally,
very strong.
It was literally a Bourdain quote about the cheese where he said, "The worse it smells, the better it tastes."
Yeah, I am on a website right now called SeriousEats.com talking about cheeses, and they have like, where's it from? The milk, unpasteurized, aroma, and one of the cheeses, it literally says aroma, farty. I'm like, Farty McFly, got you.
But when it hits your taste buds, oh god.
Fart and Scorsese.
Fart and Scorsese, big ass eyebrows.
Second McFartland.
Yeah, Tom.
Number 1, baby.
Ooh, here it goes.
Burrata. I like that milky piece of shit. It falls apart. It's like you can put it on a bread. You can put it on a pizza. You can just scoop it up, eat it with some tomatoes.
He's almost going to New York. He's almost going to New York. Watch it.
It's so good. I went to a spot like in Century City, and they just have just cheeses, pizzas, and little platters.
A little thing on there.
And the burrata in there was so good. I was like, and then I think Brie number 2.
Larson.
And then
Larson or the cheese?
Larson. Larson when she hosts Jimmy Kimmel. And I think Bourguignon.
Bourguignon.
It's the French one. It is very gooey when you cut it open. That's the only way because I think about it like the cheeses I love to eat, and I think about it, and it's like cool. Of course, you want to have cheese as a topping and stuff like that. So it's like when I cut up, and then like you just put it on a cracker on a piece of bread, and you got a little bit of that salty, meat, that cured meat, and you got a little vinegary pickle on the side or something.
You're reminding me.
Can we? Oh, go ahead.
I'm just thinking of a travel channel. I don't remember if it was Diners, Drive-In and Dives or something else. This place that had like they took the cheese and put it in these trays, put it in this heater, and it melted.
They would
to
like
gooey
scrape it
skin,
off, right?
and
Oh,
then
a
they would just
salamander,
scrape it
yeah.
into the bread, and then it would just cheese, and I wanted all of it. That's
I just want to get a vibe check on feta.
I'm cool with it.
You guys like, because
You're in the feta.
for me, a pepperoni pizza with feta is just like an experience for me. Like it just elevates. Like I think my top three remain, but I'm a sucker for some feta cheese. Not quite like a crumbly goat cheese, which is a little much for me. But like feta's a nice spot. Anyway,
the funkier and the gooier it is for me, I'm about.
Yeah,
That's what I'm about.
I agree with that.
yeah, feta's not very gooey. It's a dry cheese.
So I'm like, I'm cool with it.
Cheese, man.
I like cheese regardless, but if we were talking about the cheeses, these are the cheeses.
It's feta is that type of cheese I feel okay putting on a salad and being like, it's still healthy.
It's still healthy. It's still got the leaves. They're there.
But like when they put Parmesan on the salad, I'm like, I've made it a French fry. You know what I mean?
I made it a French fry.
But the feta, I can trick myself and be like,
from
it's
salad
still
to In-N-Out. Here I go.
Yeah.
I am straight. The poster is crooked, but also, you don't have to be straight to enjoy this.
Aw, look at that.
Yeah,
That's
but
right.
yeah, I've tried to fix this all the time. Like,
done.
why does it look all crooked? I hate it. But then if I fix it where it looks straight, then it's crooked in my real life, and I'm like, I want to die. That is it, baby. That's all our questions. We are
Was it
over
the
time.
lens?
Maybe, or it could be the room or where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the questions. As Kevin Smith said, we showed you our dick, and that's as much dick as we have to give.
Yep.
That's what Kevin Smith
There it
says, and so you know what? I can't be faulted.
Kevin said it.
Yeah. That's how we should run our lives. Oh, well, he said it.
Yeah, I like Kevin Smith. Do you not like Kevin Smith?
You know who else said that, Tom? The Nazis.
But you know what? Kevin Smith also said you had a nice mask.
He did, and he gave me a fist bump. It was very cool.
So you know what? Maybe I shouldn't give a shit about him. All right.
All that was missing was Corey looking right at the camera. The Nazis.
I was trying to remember what movie it is where he is like, you know who else was just following orders? Oh, it's The Nice Guys. You know who else was following orders? Hitler. Yeah, he's like he's calling you a Nazi.
You know who also said that? Michael Fassbender as Magneto was like, I've been a subject of other people's orders for too long.
Ooh.
And then he just
Yeah,
pulls
but I
in
was
all the
thinking of
missiles.
when Ryan Gosling said it in the Nice Guys, which who was also there on that meeting was Shane Black, and he was decorating for Christmas.
Oh,
So it was happening.
nice.
And then the
Shane was
Rock
there.
the Rock there was
there.
giving everyone a plate of food, but it's on
Taking
plates of 45s.
taking a
Did you-
photo with Chris Evans.
Did you
together
hear
on
this woman
Instagram.
who went off on the Rock's cheat days the other day? Did you see that, Steve? Where she was like, "I'm pissed about his cheat day," because even his cheat days are like, they're like healthy pancakes. They're like bran pancakes with
coated in peanut butter? And
yeah. She's like, that's not. I just want to see him like eat like the gooeyest, cheesiest grilled cheese with like butter inside of
He's
it.
taking
When he's-
shots of tequila every day. What are you talking about?
He is drinking tequila every day.
I just thought it was hilarious because
when
it's a
he
good
wasn't training for Black Adam or Rolls, there were times where he was doing like these 4 like personal pizzas for dinner. But that was like before training for Black Adam or for Rolls.
Although
and stuff.
I
But
think
yeah,
he posted his recipe for the Rock's French toast,
he did.
and
The
it's.
brioche.
Have you made it? Because I made
I was
it.
like, you could just ask Astiz if he did.
I followed
Bro,
his chef too.
I made it, and it's unreal.
Nice.
Like if you are feeling like some weekend coming up in December, it's a perfect because it's super heavy, but like or near Thanksgiving when you can like sleep it off. I would highly recommend just taking the time to make it. It is fucking insane.
What if I do that for Thanksgiving morning or Black Friday morning?
There you go. Please
All right.
send me a picture of it if you do,
All right,
because
well, I'm doing it. Rock
so
toast.
good. Rock toast, that's what it
Yep,
was. Yeah.
rock toast.
Rock fat.
All right.
Baby. That's all the show. We did some chit chat at the very end. Thank you contributed,
Showed
who
our dick.
came along for
We
the
got
ride.
on Mamba's hit list somehow.
Yeah, everyone's gonna die. Direct eye
I
contact.
just saw that.
Thank
Johnny
you for the
Tippy-toe.
follow. He's immediate.
Johnny
Thank you for the bits. T Dog. Everyone, thank you for the questions. Ethan, Mamba for the hosting. Johnny Horror for your questions. We appreciate you. Stay hydrated. Take care of yourselves. We love y'all.
Who we raiding?
We're gonna raid somebody.
Paxton.
And no. And stay tuned for some later streams in the week. Let's go ahead and raid Justice. Yeah, I mean it's Justin, but he goes by Justice
Okay.
Van. He is an actor. He has played in several short films. Some of them he's played Spike Spiegel. He's played Nightwing. He's playing Gotham Knights. So if you were on the fence about playing that game but want to see someone else play it, he's probably playing with Yoshi Sudarso, and he plays Red Hood,
Nice.
and
Yoshi.
Justice plays Nightwing. Go watch him. Give him the love. Tell him that Tom and the rest of the Nerd On fam, Corey and the Steves, sent them over. We all hang and talk with them. Take care of yourselves. Last thing, boys.
You know the drill.
All right.
As always.
Nerd
on,
on,
Daddy.
scissor me, Daddy.